Are you looking to store your AR uppers without damaging them or sacrificing storage or aesthetics? Let me introduce you to the Hang AR system from my friends over at ICR. Now this is an American-made product for both AR-10s and AR-15s. Now in the box you get the mount, the mounting peg, the 2 locking pins, and a screw to attach this to your wall. Now if you want to hang these off of your safe, you can buy an optional mag mount. And trust me, I've tested this at SHOT, and this thing holds on really tight. Now if you have a slat wall, there's an optional slat wall mount as well. Now these wall anchors they give you are pretty strong. As a matter of fact, I use them to mount all these rails up against the wall, and I rely on them for some really heavy stuff. So you're gonna have no problems trusting the system from holding your AR. Mounting this to the wall is pretty easy. If you have a stud, you just use the screw, go right through the peg, right into the stud. If not, use the enclosed wall anchor. So since I built a French cleat system, I have to build all my attach points because, well, that's just the way it is. And as you can see, it's pretty simple. So what happens is I just mount my peg to this, then I can use the Hang AR system on my cleat wall. Now attaching an AR upper is super easy, but the thing you gotta remember is the writing goes towards the upper. And then from here, we just screw in the mounting pegs. And that's all there is to using this. From here, you just put it up on the peg. Now I have way more AR uppers than I have lowers, which is really nice to organize them this way, rather than putting them onto pegs onto my pegboard. And by hanging vertically, it keeps them from banging around in a safe. Now I love the antique finish to this, and it really is lightweight aluminum. But there are a couple of gotchas with this. Number one, on the AR-10, the front peg and the rear peg are different sizes. Now I understand the aesthetics here, but I really wish they made this the same width at the front and back. That way I don't have to look for which one's the front and which one's the rear pin. You don't have this problem on the AR-15. The next thing I'm going to show you is both a plus and a minus. Since this hangs so close to the wall, it gets it out of the way. But if you have an attachment on the bottom, like a flashlight, a bipod, or even an angled foregrip, you're going to have to take that off in order to mount this against the wall. Like I said earlier, since I have the cleat wall, I have to make my own mounts. So all I did is I just used a thicker piece of wood, and that'll offset the AR upper. So if I do have an attachment on the bottom, it's not a big deal. You can also do this on your wall. You can always use a thick piece of wood, mount that to the wall, mount your mount peg to it, and then you'll have the clearance for your accessories. Like I said earlier, I really like the idea of hanging my AR uppers vertically. That way they're not banging into each other in a gun safe. It also opens up the gun safe. That way I can store guns and not the uppers. Overall, it's a really good product, and it's great for home use or even if you have a retail storefront. Keeps those AR uppers visible so that way you can show off your work. And the one thing to remember is that whether you have the AR-10 or the AR-15 mount, they mount to the same peg. So it really doesn't matter how many pegs you have up, whether you have AR-10s and AR-15s, you just mount and go. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, click that video right there. That video is about the Strike Industries gridlock. Everybody else, there's a link down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you're staying safe out there. Look forward to seeing you again soon.